Hello everyone. In this video, I will be covering the basics on how to model your robot in Fusion 360, as well as download the new VEX V5 Fusion 360 parts library, and the necessary modifier tool with it. So first off, let's go and download the parts library by typing in VEX V5 Fusion 363 library. It should be this link right here. And as you can see, there's a 2.0 release and a 1.0 release. That's what I would prefer is the 1.0 release, because it has this really convenient tool that allows you to change the shape of C channels as you go. So let's go click this right here. And then right here you can see the parts library and the add-in download. So we're gonna go press both of these links and it should start downloading already. So now that we have it downloaded, let's unzip them. And wherever you keep them, I would suggest putting them in your desktop for now. Once they're in your desktop, let's go on and open Fusion 360. Alright, cool. Now that it's loaded, I would suggest to create a new project and call it something like VEX, or even VEX in the year you're doing it. Once we've created this new project, we are going to go back to our desktop and check out the Fusion parts library. So basically, taking a look at the Fusion parts library, as you can see, we have all of the necessary parts that are seen in VEX. So for example, if we go to structure and aluminum, we can see all of the aluminum C channels, from the 5 wides to the 3 wides to the plates, etc. All of these parts. So now what we're going to do is import all of these parts into Fusion 360. So what I would suggest is have your Fusion 360 not in full screen and sort of like halfway, so that this process will be easier. So I'm going to put this over here. And then in order to import things, or basically how I would organize it is like how it's organized here already. So as you can see in structure, it's organized into aluminum, brackets, gussets, and steel. So first off, I would create a new folder. I would call it structure. Go inside of that folder and create a new folder and create each of these folders: aluminum, brackets, gussets, and steel. And as you can see these red license and blue license plates. We can just, leave them in here, and you know what? We can upload them in right now. So in order to upload your things or your parts, all you need to do is just drag and drop it into here. And as you can see, they're right here. And then all you have to do is press upload. And then once it uploads, as you can see, there's a upload bar. The things that you upload should just show up here. Now I'm going to create another folder, and I'll call it aluminum. And basically, I'm just gonna go into this folder, press upload, and drag and drop all of the parts into here that fit into this category. So for this instance, it would be aluminum. Then I'd click upload, and all of these things are gonna upload now. So I would do that for every single folder and every single kind of file you see in here. But since that kind of takes a long time, I'm not going to be doing that right now. So once your C channels or whatever you have, or pretty much everything has uploaded, now we are going to go import the tool. Now, in order to add the modify tool for the VEX V5 robotics parts, you need to first go to utilities, Then press add-ins, this add-ins icon. And as you can see, there's a bunch of shortcuts and nifty little things that Fusion already gives you. But instead of, touching these, we're gonna go to this plus button, and we're gonna do script or add-in from device. Now you're gonna look for the folder, so this one, and then you're just gonna press open. And as you can see, it's already added it here, VEX CAD library. You're gonna switch on run, and then now we have the modify tool. And essentially what this tool does is, let's say you have like a 5 long C channel, and you're like, oh wait, this is way too short, I need to make this a lot longer. What you can do with this tool is, instead of grabbing a new C channel all the way from here, you can just modify it and make it longer on the spot. Now that we've learned to import our parts into Fusion and also import the VEX CAD library add-on, let's learn how to CAD using Fusion 360. First off, for those who have never used Fusion before, you can see this nifty little cube in the top right corner, and this essentially allows you to orbit around the space. So you can see it pivots around that little green ball in the middle. And in order to do this, you just click on the cube, or hold click and drag. Hold click and drag. You can press the faces to go to your desired faces. You can press the edges of the faces if you wanted to, like that. You can press the corners like that. But if you ever want to go back to your original position, you can just press this home button. There, just like that. Next, in order to pan, you just need to press this hand icon on the bottom. And now you're in panning mode, so basically you can just move wherever you'd like. Finally, in order to zoom in and out, you would first, if you're on Mac, if you're on a trackpad, in order to zoom out, you need to pinch. If you want to zoom in, you do the opposite movement. And if you have a mouse, I'm pretty sure the scroll wheel allows you to zoom in and out. Now that we've learned those basic maneuvers, let's learn how to import things into our design. So first off, I'm going to go to my VEX folder. I'm going to go to structure, or you could use any folder, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go to structure and aluminum, and I'm going to import a simple C channel. And in order to import stuff, you need to right click or 2-finger click if you're on Mac, and press insert into current design. Now you only need to do this for Mac, but if you're on PC, I'm pretty sure you can just drag things in. Now that we've done that, let's go and try and edit our C channel. We can leave it as 35 holes for now. And if I want to move this entire body, as you can see, I can't move it. It says I can't move it. Well, in order to move it, for the first thing you put into the file, the first part, whether it be a C channel or like a spacer, it's always grounded. As you can see, it says 2xC channel is grounded to unsaved or untitled or whatever it is. So in order to fix this, you would need to right click it, press unground from parent, and now we are free to edit it. So as you can see, now I am able to move it freely. So for every single, or not for every single, for the first thing that you put into the file, you need to unground it. So now that we've done that, let's rotate it. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. Or first off, you can move it from in all axes, but I want to rotate it 90 degrees. Here you can type in some more specific measurements if you're a little nitpicky, but yeah, let's leave it like that. Now that we've learned how to import things and move, let me teach you about this really cool tool that pretty much everyone who uses Fusion uses, and that's called the Align tool. Now what I like to do, since we use it a lot, is press the 3 dots here and pin it to your shortcuts. So in order to access your shortcuts, you would press the S key, and as you can see, your design shortcuts are here, and so is the Align tool. So for the purpose of this thing, I will import I guess another C channel. So it's as you can see, this C channel is not grounded, so I can freely move it however I want to. Now you may be thinking that these C channels are a little long, so now I'm gonna go use the VEX CAD library tool, or the modify tool. So basically all I would want to do is press the tool and then click on the part you want to modify. So let's modify this one. So as you can see, it gives me the amount of holes that it has right now. I kind of want it shorter, so I'm gonna move it down to 15 holes. And after I've done that, all I need to do is press OK. Let it load a little, and boom, it's at 15 holes now. In order to like connect parts like precisely instead of using the move tool, you would use the align tool that I said earlier. So first off, let me pan real quick. In order to align two things, you need to select the first point that you want to align. So let's say I want to align this point here on this C channel to like one of these. Then you would press the next point, so like maybe this one, and as you can see, these two are now aligned. You can flip the axes if you wanted to. If it's spawned in like this, you would flip it so it's correct, and you can also change the angle of it. So that's pretty much basically how you CAD using Fusion. You can do the rest of your stuff pretty much on your own now that you know the basics. And yeah, if you'd rather do Onshape, I suggest checking out the other video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You're now a pro at CADing on Fusion 360. Thank you.